I'll just put you in my... I feel like I was feeling a lot of emotions, and I think I need to address them, maybe. Well, I did. I already addressed these emotions because I was crying earlier. And that's the first step, is letting yourself feel them. But I've just been feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by capitalism. My brain is telling me one thing, but my heart is telling me another. It's the back and forth for me that's like so, like when you feel like you're being pulled two different ways. Don't call out of work because you need the extra little bit of money, and also people might think badly of you for calling out. You're also doing the closing person dirty because you're not showing up for the shift that you were scheduled for. And that's all in my brain. But my heart is like, bro, like, you mentally do not want to do it today. And it's a Saturday. So mind you, retail is always busy on a fucking Saturday. I knew in my heart that I did not want to do it so badly that it was like causing me anxiety, like trying to think about forcing myself to do that. And so ultimately I called out. Ultimately I chose the heart, because also I had some random guy give me like a reading when I was leaving work the other day. He stopped me and told me I had a purple aura. My crown and my heart chakra are unbalanced because I think of other people before I think of myself. I think there is a reason that I saw that guy, because I don't often put myself before capitalism, and calling out is a whole other anxiety, honestly. Like actually having to talk to somebody and tell them that, like, hey, I know you scheduled me for a shift today, but I don't want to do it, therefore I'm not coming in. And nobody is like, yeah, I'm so glad you called out today. Feeling like there's an automatic negative perception of me calling out. But I'm trying to be more understanding of myself and hold space for them, because who is going to if I don't? Don't push yourself, because capitalism be pushing our buttons every day. Capitalism is relentless. $100 for throwing away my mental health today. I'm not sure that's a fair trade. Capitalism doesn't want us to thrive. It wants us to stay our little beep boop bop robots, because capitalism doesn't care about us. And these rich white men with all the money and the power, the same men that are pretending that there's not a genocide happening in Palestine, Yeah, the US government, that fucking corrupt motherfucker. That's the US government, girl. You toxic, and you gaslight, and you're manipulative, because there's no way to pin capitalism down or the US government to one person. Really, it's a whole fucking system, and it's a group of people that are making it function the way it is. In my brain, the same people who are willing to watch a genocide happen and help, they're the same people that are watching us suffer in this capitalistic society, running ourselves ragged, being fucking exhausted all the time. In order to survive and have your basic needs met, you have to kind of work your ass off just to get the bare minimum. So it feels impossible to be able to function outside of that system. Being controlled like that, it feels so fucking dirty. I feel so gross and dirty and disconnected from myself when I push my own thoughts and feelings to the side in order to go to work, Dude, where is the time to heal our souls after we just sold it to the fucking capitalism devil, Where's the space to be aware of ourselves and take care of ourselves in the way that we need to? Because life is so much more than just working, and I am so much more than just working, especially if it's making me feel like shit. Moral of the story, let's bring it back to the point of this. I'm trying to make the best choice for myself instead of just powering through and ignoring how I'm feeling, because historically that's not been great for me. I've caught pockets of feeling good, and it's not when I'm at work. The chances I get, the breaths of air that I get in between working, I like that. Me just being like,
I don't want to work. Sorry, don't want to work.
But holy shit, I don't want to work this hard. I don't think this is the point of life. When I'm 80, I don't want to look back on my 20s and be like, yeah, I was really depressed because I was grinding all the time and not taking care of myself. And I wonder how many people feel like this, because I feel like everybody puts on this mask of like being okay, because in order to, at least for me, in order to show up to work, I kind of have to shove a certain part of me away, the certain part that's like, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, like, this is literally hurting my soul. I have to shove that voice to the side and just turn into a little robot. Beep boop bop, what can I help you with? Finding everything okay? I literally say the same line to every single customer. I feel like a shell of a human. I'd rather do work in peace and not be bothered by customers. It's really interesting that I always have customer service jobs, because that drains the fuck out of me. Socializing is so exhausting, especially when it's so surface level. Ooh, bro, don't even get me started on like how every single retail job also wants you to be like a salesman for their credit card and their membership. It's wild to me. I'm like, I will never be that person for you. I'm here to customer service people, yes. What I will not do is try to convince them that they need something that they don't actually fucking need. And granted, sometimes memberships can have good benefits, but that comes at the expense of giving your money away. Once you spend enough money, then you'll get benefits back. And I don't really support the whole like capitalism in that. The like, people don't need all these things. You know, it's kind of ironic that I work in retail and I'm like, don't buy too much stuff, you know? I can't be capitalism's little bitch, okay? And I really feel like I need to start acting like I won't be that, because I feel like it could be empowering. Capitalism be taking my brain cells. I took the day off today. It was really hard because I have these voices in my head that tell me I'm bad for doing that, even though deep down I know it's not good or bad. Like, what even is good or bad? It's just your opinion. It's your perception based on your past. So I'm trying to tell myself that it's okay that I did this today, because really the only opinion that should matter is mine. Because if I know I'm a good worker and a good person, even though I called off, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. So today, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna do some art. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go through some of my clothes. Moving is so stressful. There's a lot to do. I've been so worried that we're like falling behind, but I know we're not, because we have time. There's time. And even if it gets down to the end and we gotta grind a little bit, it will be for good reason. But in this moment, I cannot grind. I cannot grind for capitalism today. So here we are, grinding on our mental health. Grinding on mental stability. Yeah, bro, you on that grind? Yeah, I'm on that mental health stability grind. You should try it. That's all I got. I was fully crying today, though. I silently cry. I don't like drawing attention to my emotions like that, so I silently cry. But I could feel the cry coming up, and I was like, you have two options here. This is where the path diverges. You can either try really hard not to cry. You can push that feeling to the side and be like, okay, get into grind mode, like get ready for work. Or two, you can let this cry out, and then that path diverges again, because you can let this cry out and maybe you'll feel better and maybe good enough to go to work once you get your emotions out, because sometimes that's all it takes. Or two, you cry it out and you realize that like this is not the life you want and you call out of work anyways. And we chose that one. That was the one we chose. Okay, that's for real all I got for you. Thanks for listening to my thought bubbles. Ooh, that's a good name. Thought bubbles. Thought bubble. Thought bubbles. Thought bubble. That's a good podcast name. I wonder if that's a thing. Anyways, okay, bye. Been working for the man.